Hello, we are happy to welcome Ivan Tmuratko of Ukraine. We're here right now in Oberstdorf, and thank you for coming and being willing to discuss what's going on at home and with you this time. And so we start.
Thank you for having me.
So we start with how did the war in Ukraine affect you and your family directly?
So, when the full-scale invasion started on 24th of February, me and my family were in Kyiv, in our flat, and I was there till the time the World Championship started, so it's almost for 1 month. And the question was how it affected me and my family. In Ukraine, all people who were there and all Ukrainians who were outside of Ukraine, but still it's the war, and of course it was really hard for every one of us, and when I say these words, I say it like from my side, and I can't even imagine how was it and how is it for everyone who is actually fighting for our country, for soldiers and for their close ones. As I said, we were in Ukraine at that time, and I live in Kyiv, in the capital of Ukraine, and for all these weeks we were there. We heard everything that was going on around, the bombs falling, the artillery, and all of these things around. And when you come from there to the peaceful place, like first it was World Championship, then I came to another place training, and you're starting to appreciate life from different perspective. You're starting to have different values, and just surreal to understand that there is actual war going on in the 21st century in the center of Europe, and all Ukrainians, I think, are now the heroes for the world, and I'm really proud to be a representative of my country.
Yeah, it's very hard to, as you said, it's very tough to imagine this, and also what you have been through. And so you had to hide in the, you said you heard the bombs falling, so you had to hide in the, I don't know, in the bomb shelter, like these, some people hide in the subway or basement.
It's also the full scale, like actual war was going on for 8 years on the east of Ukraine, but the full-scale invasion started at the 24th, and you know, 1 month before there were a lot of news about the troops on our border, near the border of Ukraine, not only from Russian side but from the north, where the Belarus is located too. And when the Olympic Games were held, and even before, the the thoughts were not all there on competition, but on what is happening in our country too, of course. And yeah, so when the on 24th at 4 or 5 o'clock, we just got up, and parents were already awake, and they said that yeah, it was the war started, and we heard the bombs in Kiev, and we just turned on the television, and we saw all the explosions near Kiev, in airports and all around the Ukraine. And I think from the 20th of February, we all were really I wouldn't say expecting, but it was so we knew that we should be ready for something, but of course we didn't want to, no one wanted to believe it, and to believe that the bombs would start falling and all over the Ukraine. So yeah, we were then hiding in bomb shelters. Then we did a kind of a shelter in our corridor in the flat. So yeah, of course we needed to do some basic things like going to the shops, and we have a dog, so we have to go with her for a walk. And yeah, but the air raid sirens were like more than, I would say, somewhere around 20 times a day or more, and all the time we have had to be really ready to go to the safe place. I mean, safe, not safe, but kind of. And from the start, people were writing to me on my social medias, like are you in safe, or where are you? And I was answering that there is no safe place right now in Ukraine. There is you can make yourself some place, but it wouldn't be 100% safe. And so it is right now. The war is going on. It's continuing, and yeah, it isn't safe, of course.
Yeah, it's still going on for more than for 4 months now. So almost it's.
Now it is yeah, going for almost 4th month. It's yeah.
It's very very hard to to think about all that, and you still have family and friends in Ukraine, so how are they doing?
I have my father is in Kyiv. My uncle is in different city in Odessa on the south, and yeah, I have also friends over there, and from the month of April, from February till April, it was really dangerous on the outside of Kyiv, where Irpin, Bucha, and Hostomel are located, because it was one of the cities which with the most affected cities in Ukraine, and so from April in Kyiv is more safe than before, but we can't say still that it is safe, because bomb doesn't choose where to fall.
Yeah.
And people should understand in Europe and in the world that the war is still going on, and it doesn't stop. Of course, here people are in safety, they are living their lives and all the things, but still the war is continuing, and on the south and on the east it's really bad now.
Yeah, it's we also follow the news, so it's yeah, it's very hard to see all these videos and interviews and reading these reports. So you went, you left Ukraine, you went to the World Championships and competed there, which was very important, and all the performances of Ukrainian skaters really touched the world, and there was lots of support in France for you. And so what happened afterwards? I remember you stayed for a while in France.
Yeah, I stayed for 1 month in Paris, near the Paris, in the club de Courbevoie, where Laurent Dupuy coaches. My friend, he's from Ukraine, Denis Chukarin, he skates in Paris. He proposed me to come to Paris and live with him, and also he organized them for me to live the whole month over there with his friend. So I'm really grateful for all the support they gave me, and now my friend Enrique Pure is skating there. So yeah, I was there for a month, and then I moved to Germany, and now here training in Oberstdorf from the month of May, from the start of May. Yeah.
Why did you choose to come to Oberstdorf, to Germany?
So when I was in World Championship, I knew that my mother and brother will come to Germany, to Bavaria region, and I was thinking where could I train to see them and sometimes and to be nearby. And I was sitting outside, and the coach Robert Dierking came to me and said that if you need any support, here is my phone number. I am now training in Oberstdorf, coaching in Oberstdorf, and you can call me, we can organize, and you can come. And yeah, that's how I'm pretty much here. Robert, he helped me a lot with this center. They provide me help, and he helped me to find the room here in Oberstdorf. So yeah, I'm very grateful for them for this, and also now I'm working with the team of Michael Hood and Robert Dierking, which I really like, and happy to be here.
What kind of financial support do you get, maybe, or help? Who is helping you to be able to stay here and train here?
So as for now, I'm not having a lot of financial support from Ukraine, because of course the sport there is not the first thing to prioritize. We should help our army to win, and of course the sport is not on the first plan. So I have a foundation, Polish foundation, that is helping me throughout the season, and yeah. Also, there are some yeah. So there are some people who want to send me money personally, and huge thank you for them for this. And now I'm looking for sponsors to continue having financial support to maintain my training process and continue skating, of course. So yeah, now this is really important part to find the financial help, and of course not only for me but for all Ukrainian skaters, because most of them came to Europe, and then their kids and their parents, someone lose jobs, and Ukrainian skaters really need support now. And on the Skate Ukraine website, there is a like column where people just can come there, see whom needs how much money, and they can just donate to someone. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's good. So people can go to that website and they can actually help
Yeah.
donate
The
money.
actual
fund.
skaters, they see for what the people need, and yeah.
How do you? It's hard for us who have not been through this situation, but how do you cope with it? I mean, how can you deal with the situation going on? You know, at home there is still a war going on. People die every day,
Yeah.
and this terrible things that are happening, and then have you be far from home and still try to continue somehow to live your life and to keep skating.
So each of us Ukrainians have to do everything from our side to to come to the win as soon as possible, and from each of us we have to do everything we can. Who does something better, for him it's better to do this thing, and what I do the best is I skate, and that's my profession. And yeah, for I think that for athletes, for Ukrainian athletes, it's important now to continue training, continue competing, and to keep Ukraine on the international stage, and to raise our flag on the podiums, and to make the template. So it's really important as for the sport part of Ukrainian people. What I feel, and I think a lot of people have that feeling, that there is something like being I feel sometimes guilty for being safe when the people over there are dying and their families are just overcoming the just I can't even imagine or say how it is. So we just need to continue to do our work and to make everything possible from each of us.
Yeah, it must be very strong, I think, to be able to do that. So I also think it's very important that yeah, you stay present.
Yeah, at first when the war started, the full-scale invasion, there weren't any thoughts about like upcoming world championship and about figure skating. There just wasn't even anything close to that. But then there was I came to Worlds and then continue my figure skating practices, which is good to have. Yeah, and what the other question you asked was what is helping? Yeah.
Yeah, that's like it's mentally tough. Yeah, to stay focused. I mean, because every day you hear these news that you follow, you have family that is still there. So
yeah, of course, it's very important to keep the it's important to for me it helps to speak with people, to just not be a lot with my thoughts, because sometimes going in the direction of like where it is really hard. But yeah, I listen to a lot of Ukrainian music, which helps me to feel at home, and I'm preparing one of the programs as a tribute. So yeah.
Yeah.
And it's really important to do the work, to do something, to skate on the ice, to read, to be active, not to stay just like and feel guilty for not being in Ukraine. Yeah, to, as I said earlier, to make something from, to make work from your side, which will help for Ukraine to win.
Yeah, so you said your plans for the season, and you already made a new program, and in
one
Dortmund.
Is still in the process. We almost did it. The free skating is already done, and the short we are coming there. Yeah.
And you did both with Adam in Solia?
No, one, the free, we did with Adam Solia, and the short, which would be Ukrainian one, we do with my Ukrainian choreographer Alexei Olinik. We do it online. He is in Kiev, and yeah.
And do you also stay in touch with Marina Amirkhanova? Because she's in Estonia.
Yeah, she's
your
now in Estonia.
coach. Yeah, she. I also was in touch with her. And then there's one more question. You said that many people wrote to you after that invasion happened. Did you also were in touch with any Russian skaters? And
there were. I don't remember anyone who written me anything. Like there are some guys who is skating now for different countries. They wrote the words of support, but there weren't any from that side. And at first, as Ukrainian athletes and Ukrainian people were trying to say something that, like, you should say your word, you should say something, but then we all heard some news and all around that they don't decide anything, like the people over there can't even say anything. So then we see the support of the war with the support of the Ukrainian people, children being killed, and it's from the athletes which we were skating just nearby on Olympic Games and on the international competitions, and we just see the whole world watch that they support what is happening now in Ukraine, and I don't think that they should compete and just be anywhere nearby the people, the whole world. That's, yeah.
Thank you very much for this interview and for talking to us so honestly. And we wish you the best of luck, and we sincerely hope that this terrible war will stop as soon as possible.
Yeah, thank you very much. We should all do something from our side to make it happen as soon as possible. Yeah, thank you for having me.
Thank you. Дякую.
Дякую.